Fake tough guys fail miserably when things get real. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is part 5 of our series Fake Tough Guys Fail Miserably When Things Get Real. We are on a hunt to explore the funny and embarrassing moments where these cocky people get schooled. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun content like this. Now, let's get started. First up, there's this YouTuber, Ryan Taylor, known for BMX stuff, and in his recent boxing match, he got disqualified for headbutting. It seemed like he realized he wasn't as ready as he thought. Then, he faces a guy named Slim, gains respect for going toe-to-toe till the end, even though he loses. The significant part is Slim, the opponent, remains a good sport despite being set up and jumped. This whole situation teaches that outnumbering and beating someone up doesn't define toughness. In the end, respect goes to those who step into the ring, as long as it's done without causing harm outside of it. Next up is this student who was trying to challenge his master. We have seen that enough to know it hardly ends up in a good thing. They step in the ring and the master shows his dominance within seconds. In the most smooth way, he is able to put the student on ground, in a hold that he tries so hard to get out of. His screams can be heard clearly. In the end, the master even stops trying, yet the student is not able to gain any control. And then finally, with a finishing move, the student is knocked out. This moment will always remind him that the master is always the master. It's not a good idea to challenge him. Here is this street fighter with blonde hair, claiming he can take on a Japanese MMA fighter named Kei Nosuke. The difference in skill is glaring. The MMA pro showcases smooth moves, effortlessly dodging and countering punches. He could have gone harder but showed restraint. The hope is that the street fighter learns some respect and picks up better fighting skills. It's cool if the pros teach a lesson without abusing power, but if it's just to stroke egos, well, then you're looking at a bit of a muppet, even if you're a trained fighter. It's all about the lessons learned without unnecessary aggression. In this clip, everyone comes off as a bit clueless, and when even Fauci is the voice of reason, you start questioning the world. These island boys seem to be gunning for attention with some pretty cringe-worthy tactics, including kissing each other, which is just plain disgusting. It's uncomfortable to even talk about it. Their delusion of being intimidating is downright ridiculous. It's like they'll go to any length for a few seconds of fame, and the whole scenario just makes you shake your head at the absurdity of it all. Now, fan favorite Bradley Martyn is back again. Even though he weighs 260 pounds, as he has mentioned several times, his punches lack the technical power needed. He keeps trying to knock someone down when they're off balance, but it's just not working. This whole scenario highlights a crucial lesson. Even if you're massive, like Bradley, it doesn't really matter if you lack technique or power. As shown here, a man with fighting experience, even if older, can still easily knock down someone who's got none of that skill. It's a clear case of brawn not necessarily equating to a successful fight. Here we have this bigger guy, Amari Garland, who initially picked on a smaller guy but soon found himself in over his head, realizing he bit off more than he could chew. The backstory makes the situation even more satisfying. Garland had violently attacked a 70-year-old man, pistol whipping him just to snatch his cell phone. After being arrested and released on bond, he got a taste of his own medicine. The kicker? The guy who served the beatdown wasn't just any ordinary person. He turned out to be an MMA fighter, not a boxer, making it a poetic turn of events for the aggressor. Next, there's this 230-pound guy in a pink tank top, hitting the gym and picking on teenage kids, trying to show off and cause them some harm. Someone else, observing this behavior, steps up and agrees to go 5 rounds, or until one of them quits. Surprisingly, the big guy doesn't show up for round 2, maybe realizing he's in for some trouble. But it doesn't stop there. Shortly after the camera turns off, he gets into an argument with the coach, goes on to spit on him, and ends up getting banned from the gym. It seems like karma caught up with his ego. Here, a stranger walks into the gym, sporting a black leather jacket and a book bag, claiming he wants to teach the kids boxing class. The coach, being open-minded, gives him a chance, thinking he might know the kids. However, it becomes clear that the stranger is full of it. As they get ready for the class, it turns out he's more interested in sparring than teaching. The coach, realizing this, asks him multiple times to take off the gloves and step off the floor. It's clear the stranger had more plans than just teaching, and he was practically asking for a beating. Next is this guy in the red shorts who had some bold claims. He approached Mr. Coach Mercedes one day, boasting about being an MMA fighter and a seasoned boxer, bragging that he could take on anyone in the gym. Intrigued by this, Mr. Coach Mercedes invited him for a workout. As he warmed up, the guy started challenging young amateur fighters and making bullying comments while hitting the heavy bag. Mr. Coach Mercedes, overhearing all this in the ring, decided to put an end to the false bravado, and well, you saw what happened next. Here we have this soccer mom named Ashley who decided to step into the ring with a trained fighter, and well, it didn't end well. No idea which organization allowed this, but it's downright ridiculous. The fact that Ashley claims to be a professional fighter with 3 matches under her belt, losing every single one, makes the situation even more absurd. Like it is pretty obvious, and quite frankly common sense, that she could not hold the ground against a trained fighter. It's a classic case of overestimating one's abilities, and the outcome speaks for itself. And at last, here's the most ridiculous one. This young guy here thought that he could come at this old guy and bully him. We can see him aggressively approaching him and trying to get him to do something. But the old man was not about to get harassed by the likes of him. He argues back, and this tough guy realizes that his act was not going to work. He starts babbling, trying to maintain the attitude, but we can see him lose his confidence. And that is it for today, guys. Which fight was your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching and making this series a success. We will see you again next time with more fun content like this. Until next time, stay humble and take care.